Hi everyone. So hilarious. I just was speaking at my camera for about 5, 10 minutes and realised it wasn't recording. So this is take two. I'm just going to check it is recording. Okay, we're good. So I just wanted to talk to you today about what we can do to help start to empty our rain barrel. And the first thing that we can do is to stop the water keep coming in. So we're going to look at what we can do today to stop more horrible toxic chemicals coming into our body, because that is a big part of our rain barrel filling up. And if you think about the function of the liver, let's just start there. That its job is to help detox the body and get rid of all the nasty stuff, and then eliminate it from the body either via our urine or via our digestive tract. So when we go to the toilet, and what happens is when our liver gets overworked, it can't do its job properly. It's just absolutely overwhelmed and bogged down, the same way we are when we just have loads to do. And so it starts to think, okay, what can I do with all these nasty chemicals? And the nearest thing it can do, or the easiest thing it can do, and put them in the safest place possible in the body, is to put them in your fat tissues, in the adipose cells. And that is why sometimes when you may be struggling to lose that kind of bit of weight, or you feel like you've got cellulite, it might not be because you need to eat less or exercise more. It might be because your body is quite toxic, quite acidic, and that is your body's way of dealing with it and getting it as far away from your organs and your blood as possible, so that it's not detrimental to your health. Just something to think about. And so what are we putting in us that is bad? Firstly, food. Big one for me. Anyone that knows me will know my diet when I was younger was horrendous. Horrendous. Like Chinese, Indian, sugar, Coca-Cola, everything. But a big problem is with our fruit and veg. We're not eating enough, but if we are eating it, most of us are eating non-organic fruit and veg. And when you see the chemicals that they spray on them, and when people spray them, the type of protective clothing they have to wear, it just brings it home. They literally have goggles, they have those masks. It's like being in a chemistry class, like, honest to God. And so unfortunately for us, we can't see these chemicals, so we just go along to the shop and we buy them, we eat them. But it's another stress for our body and for our liver to have to detox when it's already got a lot to deal with, especially you live in London, you've got the pollution. We can't really do much about that, so we've got to take control of what we can control. I'm just going to see I'm still on. Another thing is the chemicals in our water system, so our drinking water and our bathing and shower water. The number of chemicals in our drinking water, in our tap water, is horrifying, like fluoride, chlorine, aluminium, it goes on, heavy metals. Pharmaceutical drugs are now being traced, and they are finding something crazy, like they are finding chemicals that were banned in the 70s, and they're still coming up in people's systems, like people our age that were not even a thought in the 70s, and yet it's still in the soil and in the water system, that it's still going around. And so the first thing you can do today is try and buy organic if you can. I know it's expensive, but I heard a quote yesterday, and it's like, if you don't pay for it now, you'll pay for it later in your health, and and whatever that may incur, whatever the word is. And buy yourself a water filter if you can't drink bottled mineral water. Big one, because that is what might be causing your bad skin. It could be your body's way. And the other thing is, when the liver is also overworked, another form to get rid of toxins from the body is your skin. So when we have bad skin, like I did just before my wedding, it's your body's way of helping get stuff out. So actually it's doing you a favour, but to us, we don't like it. It's not pleasing. It doesn't make us feel good. It's bad for our self-esteem. And so we try to stop it, but then we're keeping those toxins in. We need to get them out, and then our skin will get better. So with water, that's a biggie. With the shower water, all those chemicals are then going into our skin. Our skin is so porous, it's actually almost less or has less defenses than your digestive system. So when we eat, we've got those barriers. We've got our saliva, the enzymes, we've got the stomach acid, and then we've got things in place that will filter out the nasties, maybe take it to the liver. But with our skin, it just goes straight into the bloodstream, and it doesn't have any of the acids that our digestive system does to help block some of those nasty chemicals. So if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your face or your body. And that's a big one. We don't even understand how many chemicals are in all the products that we use. I think the statistics are ridiculous. Like the average woman puts like 168 chemicals on her face before leaving the day every day. And when you look at your face cream or your face wash and what is in that, it's just like a load of, chemistry names, but it's just a lot of chemicals and we don't need it. I now use an Ayurvedic face wash, which has got natural ingredients, turmeric and neem, and that's like purifying. And then I put oil, like, what's it called? Jojoba oil? I'll take a picture. I can never say it. And you can put coconut oil on your skin, on your body, even olive oil. It sounds weird, but it's just natural. We don't need all these chemicals. It's just a marketing ploy from these companies pretending that we need 7 different products for our face. Because the irony is we're doing stuff to make our skin better, and yet that could be the thing that is making our skin worse, because our body is then trying to deal with the chemicals, and that is toxic and it's coming out in the skin. It's just the biggest irony of all. Marketing gone wrong. What else? Shower water. I don't know if I mentioned this, but as well as the drinking water, when we shower, it then goes into our skin and it also gets vaporized. So chlorine then becomes like airborne almost, and we're breathing it into our lungs. I think aluminium as well. It's just because we can't see it doesn't mean that these chemicals are not there. And so now I have a shower head that I bought from Amazon. It wasn't much at all. And it has all these natural balls that, I don't know why, that made me laugh, that filter the water. So your water is lovely and clean, and it just makes showering and having a bath so much nicer because you just know that it's like healthy water. And a big one for me was that the naturopath thought that I had heavy metal poisoning kind of lingering in my womb area, and that was adding to my period pain, my bad periods. And then I noticed the other day I was showering, and naturally where I stand, where the water comes, the angle, and when I'm like washing my hair or whatever, it's literally going straight to my womb. And I was like, oh my God. So all these chemicals, whether that's from my food, from my products, from the water, but like it's literally pummeling into my stomach. So that can't be helping. And it's just, once you start to line the dots, it just literally all becomes so clear. We just aren't educated about it. So now is the time to educate yourself. And these are all simple things that don't cost too much money. You don't have to be a millionaire to buy a Brita filter or an Amazon little shower head. And it might not be the most fashionable thing, but it's just more important for your health. So I'll leave it with you with that today. Any questions, or if you really are enjoying these, let me know, or share it with your friends. The more people that know about this, the more we can start to help people's health, especially if you're feeling frustrated and you're not really getting to the bottom of things. These are things that we can take control of, whilst we then start to dive deep and figure out what is causing, or what are the root causes as well. So stay tuned and let me know if this was helpful for you. Have a lovely day. Lots of love.